The Church of God of Prophecy Bahamas will hold a service of appreciation for Bishop Dr. Franklin Ferguson, former National Bishop, and Minister Dr. Rowena Ferguson. The service will be held at the East Street Tabernacle on Sunday, 13th October 2024 at 5 p.m. Please join us as we honor them for their outstanding service. Welcome to Lifeline. Friends, today we are honored to have on our program Bishop Dr. Franklin M. Ferguson, the former National Bishop of the Church of God of Prophecy in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. Bishop Ferguson, welcome to Lifeline.
Thank you very kindly, Minister Rochelle, and it's a pleasure to be here with you.
Now, you were National Bishop for 11 years, and I imagine that must have been a very exciting and exhilarating experience. So tell us a bit about your journey. Let's go back down memory lane. We know that you were working in the church for some time.
Yes.
At the local and the national levels. Did you ever expect to become national bishop?
Definitely not. That was not a part of my plans. And I tell you, as I said many times before, Rochelle, my desire was to serve God, help others to serve Him, and get to heaven. And so as far as the looking for positions and titles, never my desire worrying about that. That was never part of it. In fact, many persons, in my grouping, and even some of those who were after my time who became, for example, associate pastors, and many persons out of our church would have said to me that, when are you going to become a pastor? And I said, becoming a pastor is not my goal. I want to serve God and help others to serve God. And so when it came basically as a surprise to me. My pastoral journey really began on the island of Inagua when I went down there in 1973 as a teacher and worked with Pastor Rockland Barbs. And I was barely 20 years old. But he gave me great latitude. I got I guess a very big recommendation from Bishop Nathaniel Beneby as a young chap, basically a teenager, who was coming down to Inagua to teach, and that he wanted Pastor Barbs to make sure that I was well taken care of and involved in the church.
Now, you talked about your teaching career, which I know is something that is very dear to you. Both you and your wife, Dr. Rowena, are involved or were teachers.
Yes.
So how did that profession, how did your profession impact your ministry? What did you take from teaching to being national bishop?
Well, I guess I took a number of things. At 21, I became a principal in the Ministry of Education. And so I spent a year in Inagua. And then from there, went back to my home island of Exuma, where I became a principal. Now, one of the greatest things, even in my ministry, was developing relationships. And because if you do not have a good relationship with the persons who you're working with, you're not going to be very productive. And some people take a different approach to that. But my approach to that was to ensure that I was comfortable with the persons who worked with me, and they were comfortable with me, because then you impacted their lives and they had the confidence that what you would say to them would be the right thing. And you wanted them to achieve their best while you were also achieving your best.
I want to say thank you so much on behalf of the Church of God of Prophecy in our national radio and television ministry. Thank you so much for sharing with us about your journey. And we certainly wish you a very happy retirement. I know that God, He's got great things in store for you and for Dr. Rowena. Join us again next week at this same time. May God richly bless you.